Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to Evening Devotion. Tonight we're going to be reading out of Isaiah 32:18. My people shall dwell in quiet resting places. The whole verse says, my people will dwell in a peaceful habitation, in secure dwellings, and in quiet resting places. Now, for most of us, that may not seem like the case right now. Well, this is a future prophecy. This is a future time frame. Let's go up here and read this in context. Let's see here. So we're going to start in verse 11. Tremble, you women who are at ease. Be troubled, you complacent ones. Strip yourselves, make yourselves bare, and gird sackcloth on your waists. People shall mourn upon their breasts for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. On the land of my people will come up thorns and briars. Yes, on all the happy homes in the joyous city. Because the palaces will be forsaken, the bustling city will be deserted, the forts and towers will become lairs forever. A joy of wild donkeys, a pasture of flocks, until the Spirit is poured upon us from on high, and the wilderness becomes a fruitful field, and the fruitful field is counted as a forest. Then justice will dwell in the wilderness, and righteousness remain in the fruitful field. The work of righteousness will be peace, and the effect of righteousness, quietness and assurance forever. My people will dwell in a peaceful habitation, in secure dwellings, and in quiet resting places. Though hail comes down on a forest, and the city is brought low in humiliation, blessed are you who sow beside all waters, who send out freely the feet of the ox and the donkey. And what he's talking about here is there's a time, like now, when things are going to be in upheaval. That's normal, whether it's at home or abroad or around the world. But there's a time coming when peace will reign supreme, when things will be quiet and normal. That'll be a wonderful time. That'll be an amazing time. That's a time we're all looking forward to. In this life, there's going to be trials and tribulations. There's going to be turmoil. There's going to be persecutions. But in the next one, none of that will exist. That's what we're watching for. That's what we're waiting for. That's what we're looking for. Peace and rest belong not to the unregenerate. They are the peculiar possession of the Lord's people and of them only. The God of peace gives perfect peace to those whose hearts are stayed upon him. When man was unfallen, his God gave him the flowery bowers of Eden as his quiet resting places. Alas, how soon sin blighted the fair abode of innocence. In the day of universal wrath, when the flood swept away a guilty race, the chosen family were quietly secured in a resting place in the ark, which floated them from the old condemned world into the new earth of the rainbow and the covenant. Herein typifying Jesus, the ark of our salvation. Israel rested safely beneath the blood-besprinkled habitations of Egypt when the destroying angel smote the firstborn, and in the wilderness the shadow of the pillar of cloud and the flowing rock gave the weary pilgrims sweet repose. At this hour we rest in the promises of our faithful God, knowing that his words are full of truth and power. We rest in the doctrines of his word, which are consolation itself. We rest in the covenant of his grace, which is a haven of delight. More highly favored are we than David in Adullam, or Jonah beneath his gourd. For none can invade or destroy our shelter. The person of Jesus is the quiet resting place of his people. And when we draw near to him in the breaking of the bread, in the hearing of the word, the searching of the scriptures, prayer or praise, we find any form of approach to him to be the return of peace to our spirits. I hear the words of love. I gaze upon the blood. I see the mighty sacrifice, and I have peace with God. 'Tis everlasting peace, sure as Jehovah's name. 'Tis stable as his steadfast throne, forevermore the same. The clouds may go and come, and storms may sweep my sky. This blood-sealed friendship changes not. The cross is ever nigh. So this life is not going to be a bed of roses. The next one will. This life is not going to be all happiness and peace. and joy. We have a joy that's inexpressible, and that's a joy we have that even when we're in troubled times. But there's a time coming when that joy will be all-encompassing. From a personal standpoint, I find myself coveting quiet time, peaceful time, quiet in the house, quiet outside. I find myself more and more growing away from the noisy things and more towards the quiet things. I think this is a natural progression. I just want some quiet. I just want things to be peaceful and quiet and temperate. Well, we won't have that in this life. We may have moments where things are nice and good, but for the most part, it's going to be nonstop noise and turmoil and trouble. But there's a time coming. There's an age coming when that will be the rule of the day. Peace, quiet, everything simple, everything the way it should be. And we will amazingly accept that time, and we will be forever thankful for that time. But until then, we got to hold on to what we have. Hold on to what he's given us. Hold on to what he's told us and continues to reveal to us in his word. Believe the promises. Put our faith and trust in him. Look ever onward towards him. Because this world isn't going to get better. Things aren't going back to normal. We're too close. Things aren't going to suddenly change and everything's going to get super good again. There may be moments where everything looks like it's going to go back to normal and everybody's going to get comfortable. I think that time may be coming kind of quickly. But I can assure you, it will not stay that way. It will fall apart very quickly. Because that's what's supposed to happen. But we have a new nation, a new country, a new home. A place waiting for us. This is not our home. This is not our country. When it's time to go, we will go and we will live there with Jesus Christ in peace, perfect peace, forever and ever. I love you all very much. I bless you all in Jesus' name, and I'll see you in the next video.